أهم من الأستاذ. بهذا المنطلق أقول أن الأستاذ له دور كبير في العملية التعليمية، حتى مع عدم وجود الوسائل الحديثة. ونحن نتمنى مستقبلا الحكومة الإندونيسية الجديدة، سواء كانت في إندونيسيا برئاسة بوروبو أو غيره، أن يسعوا لإيصال الخدمات إن شاء الله والوسائل حتى في القرى حتى تتطور. ولكن مع قلة الوسائل الأستاذ يؤدي دورا كبيرا جدا. الطريقة التي نشأ بها الجيل القرآني الأول بين يدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لم يكن لديهم سبورة، حتى كان القرآن يكتب على أوراق الأشجار وعلى الجلود وعلى العظام. ولكن خرج ذلك الجيل المؤمن الذي حمل رسالة القرآن ونشرها في العالم كله. فإذا الوسيلة في حد ذاتها ليست منقصة، نعم هي الوسيلة تزيد في الكفاءة، لكن نستطيع حتى بعدم وجود الوسيلة أن نصنع العملية التعليمية. عندئذ يكمن دور الأستاذ في استخدام الوسائل البدائية. هذه قدرته وهذه استطاعته وهذه إمكانياته، إذن يستخدم بما أمكن. ونحن من الجيل الذين لم نعرف هذه الأجهزة إلا حديثا. نحن درسنا قديما على السبورة وعلى الطريقة القديمة، وأنا آنفا قلت لكم الطريقة الجيدة والأهم الآن هي الجمع بين الطريقة التقليدية القديمة، طريقة المشايخ ودراسة الحلقات التي فيها البركة، لا بأس بهذه الطريقة الحديثة. وجدنا أن الطريقة القديمة هي التي أخرجت العلماء، ليس علماء الآن علماء التكنولوجيا. كثير من البحوث كلها كوبي باست من جوجل. ماذا تقول لي؟ أين هؤلاء من الذين أخذوا العلوم من صدور الرجال؟ هذا هو الفرق الكبير. فإذا لا تحزني ولا تندمي ولا تخافي أختي الكريمة في القرية، أنت بما أتاح الله لك من وسائل تجتهدي في ذلك. المهم إخلاص النية، وكذلك يعني استخدام الطريقة المتاحة في تشجيع الطلاب وفي جعل الحماسة في نفوس الطلاب، حتى ولو كانت الطريقة بالتلقين أو بعدم وجود الوسائل، فبإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى سيكون فيها البركة. وهذه هي الطريقة الأولى التي نشأ عليها العلماء الأوائل. فنسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى لنا ولكم التوفيق، ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن ييسر هذه الوسائل، لأنها تعين. لكن مع عدم وجودها لا نتوقف عن التعليم، لا نتوقف عن التدريس. بقدر ما أوتينا من الجهد والإمكانات نعمل بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى. شكرا جزيلا، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أيوة، أقول ثانيا أشكر للإخوة المتحدثين على هذا التقديم الرائع وهذا الاستجواب الفعال. أيها الحضور، karena ini waktunya, lian al-mau'id wallahi tajawaz al-hudud al-lazim, karena waktunya sudah lebih ya. Maka setelah ini kita akan masuk ke sesi bahasa Inggris. Wa ba'da hadha sawfa nahtu ila al-jalsah bil-lugha al-indonesia. ولذلك نرجو للإخوة المتحدثين التكرم بمغادرة المنصة متجها إلى البيت للراحة، وسنتحول إلى الجلسة باللغة الإنجليزية. نعم. Sebelum kita tutup, kita beri tepuk tangan untuk seluruh beliau-beliau yang. وتعالوا نختم هذه الجلسة الرئيسة بقراءة الحمد لله رب العالمين، ونفوض هذا العمل في التالي إلى رئيس جلسة باللغة الإندونيسية عائشة اللبابة والآخرين. فليتفضل. نعم.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang terhormat, yang kita kasihi Syekhuna Romo Kiai Haji Mas Bukin Faki, yang terhormat Bapak Ibu dosen yang sudah hadir di ANCOLT Conference, yang saya sayangi semua mahasiswa UNKAFA. Mana suaranya? Alhamdulillah masih semangat ya, masih ada energinya untuk mengikuti English session. Okay, before we are going to have our English conference, it's better for us to know our speakers. Okay, Aisyah Baba, please introduce our speaker.
Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Before I want to introduce our English speakers, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisyah Baba. I am Santri of Mambau Solihin Islamic Female Boarding School, Suci Manyar, Gresik. And I'm also an English language teaching student of K. Abdullah Fakih University in Gresik. I'm truly honored that I have been selected as MOSMA Scholarship Awardee in 2023 from the Ministry of Religion, or Kemenak, in collaboration with LPDP, which gave me the opportunity to study for 1 semester at Buffalo State University, New York, America. I stayed, learned, and made friends there. Living in America for 4 months, that's really an amazing experience that I have been experiencing in my life. And all of this achievement wouldn't have been possible without the incredible support I have received along the way from you all. Here I am. I'm the moderator. I will handle the English presentation along with Mrs. Rahmawati Ahadia, MPD. She is an English lecturer of K. Abdullah Fakih University, Gresik. Okay, so the next in this modern English language teaching, we have three speakers. The first speaker will be Professor Utami Widiati, MA, PhD. She is Professor of English Education from State University of Malang or Universitas Negeri Malang. She is expert in TEFL, basic education, and skill courses. She completed her Bachelor of English Education in State University of Malang. Then Master degree of Basic Education in Language in University of London, UK. And she got her PhD of TESOL, or Teaching English for Speaking Other Language, in Monash University, Australia. She has more than 2,000 citations in Google Scholar. The well-known literature that she has published is the first is English for Young Learners, Module 8, Reading and Writing. And then the second publications is The Teaching of EFL Reading in the Indonesian Context, the State of the Art. That's the first speaker of this conference. And the second speaker will be Dr. Gumawang Jati, MA. He is president at ITEL, Indonesia Technology Enhanced Language Learning Association. Cited from his Facebook page, he is also English lecturer in Institut Teknologi Bandung and core skills trainer of British Council Indonesia. His area is ESL, English as a Second Language, intercultural communication, lecturing, educational technology, and instructional design. His doctorate or PhD focused in ICT for Education from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. And the last is the third speaker will be my lecturer when I was a student in Buffalo State University, Dr. Hilary L. Lodge. Dr. Hilary Lodge is an assistant professor at Buffalo State University in the English Education and Elementary Education departments. She received a bachelor's degree in English literature, a master's degree in education, and doctorate in sociological foundations of education, all from the State University of New York, Buffalo. And Dr. Lodge teaches courses in children's literature, young adult literature, and methods of teaching language. She also supervises students and teachers. Dr. Lodge's work and research focuses on the current context of teacher education, including diversity and equity in schools and in teacher education, and diversity in children and young adult literature. Her most recent co-edited book entitled Teacher Performance Assessment and Accountability Reforms, The Impacts of EDTPA on Teaching and Schools, was awarded the 2017 Critics' Choice Award by the American Educational Studies Association. That's all the introduction of our English 3 speakers in this annual international conference today. So, and I want to announce something about the third speaker of this annual international conference. I do apologize. Unfortunately, I must tell bad news for you that Dr. Hilary cannot be with us. because of unexpected moments. Because her father got a car accident and she has to look after for her father in the hospital all day, so that she cannot prepare the material and she cannot present her material today. Because we just have received the information about this, the confirmation from her on Friday. So it is a tight time to look for the alternative speaker to change her today. So we really do apologize about this information. Okay, for the English modern language teaching, for the first speaker, we have Professor Utami Widiati, MA, PhD. Professor Utami will explain about patterns of utilizing AI-supported English language learning tools among Indonesian EFL learner. For Professor Utami, we provide you 15 to 20 minutes to explain the material. To Professor Utami Widiati, MA, PhD, please welcome.
All right. Thank you, Mbak Aisyah. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Yes. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Halo, Prof.
Yes. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Masih
Yes.
belum dengar, masih belum dengar. Sebentar masih
Long.
How about me? Can you hear me, the audience? Testing the sound. Can you hear me? In the auditorium, can you hear me then?
To Professor Utami Widiati, MA, PhD, please welcome to explain the
We're testing,
material.
yeah. Pak Gumawang and I are testing whether you can hear us. Can you hear us?
I don't think that they can hear us, Ibu.
Oh,
Speaker
after waiting
yang
for
ada
so many
di
hours.
speaker yang ada di auditorium tolong dinyalakan supaya bisa dengar kita. Halo, Aisyah, can you hear me?
Aisyah is
Aisyah?
not connected to us, perhaps.
Yeah, it's not connected to us. It's
This
that's
is
the problem with hybrid. Mbak Aisyah bisa dengar nggak, Mbak?
Confirm your speaking language. Okay. No.
Halo, can you hear me?
No
Can
one.
you hear me then? Just testing. Hello?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me and Prof. Utami?
Yes.
Okay.
The one online, perhaps, yeah? Only the ones online. Audience.
Not the one online, but just checking the one in the auditorium. Can you hear me? Aisyah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
it's okay, Prof. Utami.
Right. Is it okay already, Aisyah?
Yes, please welcome.
Okay, yes. All right. So can I share the slide? Or somebody is doing it for me or what? I don't know. All right. What I'm going to share with you is actually the piece of research that I did with my colleagues last year, yeah. But first of all, let me begin this one, yeah, because we're a bit panic because of the technology. Let me greet you all, yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Is it still morning or is it going to go to afternoon, ya, Pak Gumawang? Selamat pagi menjelang siang ini nampaknya. Alright, so thank you very much for inviting me, ya, UNKAFA. As you can see from the slide that we are interested in finding out the patterns of AI utilization among Indonesian EFL learners, yeah. And what inspired us last year is actually yeah. So we began our research by referring to the 17 goals to transform our world through sustainable development goals, particularly for the quality education. Yeah, when we talk about quality education, we realize that at the ministerial level, we are supposed to develop points or aspects related to characters, yeah, with the character qualities here. At the national level, we acknowledge characters like religiosity, nationalism, agency, togetherness, and integrity. And then at the international paradigm, we would like to welcome character qualities of universally accepted throughout the world. They are curiosity and then initiative, resilience, adaptability, leadership, and social and cultural sensitivity. And besides that, we also have to think about the competencies related to the 21st century skills and competencies. Yeah, we know, we are aware of the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, computation, and compassion. So by looking at those two groups of concepts that we have to develop for quality education, in addition to the insights that we have learned from COVID-19 about teaching, whereby we see that no more repetition, no more pattern prediction, recognition, memorization. Why? Because we have to really help our learners to face things which might be uncertain, which might be unknown, which might not be predictable at the beginning. So equipping learners with a set of contemporary skills like the C6 that I've just mentioned will become the features, yeah, the main features of this globally connected and environmentally connected education. And we know for sure that recently artificial intelligence has been introduced, yeah, and because of that we have to think about our curriculum of what to teach, yeah, because we see that with the AI there seems to be a combination between the use of machine and the social emotional intelligence of human beings. So would like to welcome individual creativity, artistry, and humanity in this case. Now, the research objective that we formulated last year is that we wanted to investigate the degree of AI-assisted learning technologies employed by Indonesian students, which we think would be crucial for justifying tailored assessment framework. So basically, it's a kind of 2-year research project in the form of developing assessment model which is appropriate for the AI writing development. So would like to develop a model of assessment for the writing pieces of our students, which might have been developed by the students with the use of or with the utilization of the AI. So we are working on developing the assessment model this year. And what I'm presenting here is actually the results of the needs analysis, the results of the survey that we did, so that this will become the basis for us in developing the assessment framework. Yeah. Okay, the research method that we did last year was a survey research, and we adopted technology acceptance model by Davis and Venkatas and Davis. And there are 6 components, aspects to be explored. The first one is about knowledge of AI tools, and then the use of AI tools, the ease of use, intention to use, and reasons to use AI tools. And of course, we had to begin distributing the questionnaire here by having sections on demographic information of the participants, so that would be able to analyze the data based on the demographic information of the participants in this case. And we piloted the questionnaire that we had developed, referring to thumb model, to 10 students. And the instrument was also validated by 2 experts in ERT as well as expert in technology. And after refinement, revision, we shared the instrument, the revised version of the instrument, to as many networking and connections we had. And finally, we received 208 responses from Indonesian students, in this case, EFL learners. So based on their gender, we can see that most of the participants were female, yeah. And then residents, yeah, most of them lived in urban areas. And then if you look at the students' level of study, many of them belong to freshmen and then juniors. And the least number of responses we received was from the seniors, perhaps because they are already busy, yeah, finalizing their undergraduate thesis, the skripsi, yeah. And then the study program, we're happy that we targeted actually English language education students, and then we received 156 responses from ELE students. The data collection was carried out for 1 month. So we distributed the questionnaire that we have revised, and then we waited for weeks, yeah, to get responses. And at the end, what we would like to analyze was actually about their familiarity with AI tools, their engagement, their perceived ease, their intention, and their rationale concerning AI tools. And then the data were descriptively analyzed, yeah, to result in things like this. Yeah. First of all, in terms of knowledge of artificial intelligence tools, we can say that the majority of the participants were actually familiar with the AI tools in this case. Yeah. Only a small number of participants did not know at all about AI tools. Now, in terms of the platforms, the tools that they were using, we see that Grammarly seems to be the most popular one among the participants, the 208 participants, followed by ChatGPT. And you can see that Google Translate is also popular among them. In terms of level of AI tool friendliness, so we asked a question about whether the AI tool was friendly or not friendly to them. We see that the degree of or the level of AI friendliness here can be seen from their responses that Grammarly seems to be considered as the most user-friendly AI tools, followed by Google Translate. So the finding seems to be consistent between one aspect to another. And later on, in terms of reasons for using, we see that the respondents, the subjects here, the research subjects here, thought that AI tools were really helpful for them. Yeah. Why? Because they think that they are helped in checking their assignments, and some of them felt that it would become easier for them to deal with the assignments if they consulted the AI tools. Now, in terms of a level of easiness in using the AI tools, again, we directly gave items by referring to the use of a certain AI tool with the possible language skills that can be much facilitated by that tool. For example, we have here chatbot for essay writing and so on. So Grammarly for grammar checker, and that's it. Yeah, we have 5 points here, and if you see the responses telling us about their agreement and their strong agreement, again, data related to Grammarly will show how popular Grammarly, and in this case we have questioned wall for reading. Yeah, so one aspect, one questionnaire item to another seems to show us consistent responses. Yeah. And then about the participants' willingness to use the AI tools, again, we see that our respondents here would love to use ChatGPT for writing essay, and then Grammarly for grammar checker. You see that the combination, the total number of agree and strongly agree will show consistent responses in terms of the use of Grammarly for Indonesian learners. And what we can then wrap up from the findings of the raw data that we have from descriptive analysis is that generally the students, the EFL learners, the respondents, the 208 students representing various year levels and also various residents, yeah, shows us that in general they have good awareness of AI tools, varying familiarity with tools like Grammarly and Google Translates to become the most popular ones. And then we have also obtained data about user friendliness differences between the well-known and less known tools. Yeah. And we see that our respondents here agree on the benefits in gathering information, essay writing, paraphrasing, and grammar checking from the AI tools that they have been or that they are familiar with. Now, what should be done? This is something that we have had concern so far. How can we then filter to check whether our students still have the creativity, our students still have the logical thinking, our students still have the creativity, and so on. And that's why we'd like to develop a model of assessment that will filter out the works of purely from the students, or yes, they can use the AI tools, yeah, but still they have to think about creativity, critical thinking, and originality of their work. So that would like to make them aware of how to use the AI tools more wisely, not just using them as they are. Yeah. Remember previously, one of the professors from the Arabic presentation mentioned about the copying and pasting, yeah, not doing that. Yeah. All right. This is the framework that we plan to do, and we are working on this one still at the beginning phase of this project for the second year. We have been working together with an expert from the technology, and then we from the ELT area would share together what we want, and then this is the result of the preliminary thought about how to develop the assessment model. And I would like to end this presentation by drawing your attention to this one, yeah, that from the data that we have had from our research, the fact that they generally possess basic knowledge of AI tools, and we still also find subjects who do not know at all about the tools. We think that there is a need for increased education and awareness. And then we have to examine, we have to explore in more details about Grammarly and Google Translate as the most familiar AI tools among the students. And we also see strong relationships that exist between perceived ease of the technology and the perceived usefulness of the technology. And we try to explore and examine the implications for future English language teaching. So we think that AI tools cannot be denied, cannot be neglected. We have to welcome the AI tools. So what is more important for us in English language or English language education or in EFL teacher education is that how we can help our teacher candidates, our pre-service teachers to integrate opportunities for digital interactions, yeah, perhaps by the use of games, yeah. How to integrate digital media to enhance traditional learning, and how to involve students in the digital upgrade of instructional activities. So we have to help our pre-service teachers, yeah, in order to face the reality that in the future they will have students who might be digitally native compared to them. And we also see, the needs for EFL teachers, both pre-service as well, both pre-service and in service, to better prepare for the increasingly technology-driven future. But we have to also still think about sustainability in terms of pedagogical. We have to be realistic. We have to be aware that we teachers as human beings might not be totally, completely replaced by technology in this case. And because of that, the pedagogical aspects of our teaching have to be still there and present. And we also have to think about sustainability in terms of our institutions. Yeah, just imagine if everything is going to be replaced by technology, then we don't have to come to campus, and many things will then occur as the consequences. Yeah, economical, yes, of course, we also have to think about that. However, we have to acknowledge some of the limitations of our study in this case, in the sense that we did not have a chance of exploring the patterns of utilization among the students of different year levels. So we should have had some data about how the patterns are different between freshmen and then senior and sophomore, junior, yeah. So those are the things that we missed, yeah, and also from different academic levels, yeah. And last but not least is how the patterns of utilization here varies among diverse geographical regions. So those are the main points that we obtained from our piece of research about patterns of AI utilization among EFL learners in the Indonesian context. Data that we received from 208 students throughout this country. All right, thank you very much, Mbak Aisyah. Over back to you. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Professor Utami Widiati, MA PhD, for the insightful knowledge that you have presented to us. Okay, so we will go to the next English presentation that will be delivered by Dr. Gumawang Jati, MA. He will explain to us about Gemini and ChatGPT, a tale of two language models for language learning. To Professor Dr. Gumawang Jati, please welcome.
Okay, thank you, Aisyah. Just call me Jati, that's going to be easier. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Very good afternoon, or still noon. Yeah, noon right now. Let me share my screen because we have a limited time. Okay. I'm going to talk very specific about Gemini and ChatGPT. Gemini was Bard in the past, so just change the name. I'm going to tell about the two language model very quickly and very applicable that you might need later on. If you need this slide, you can take the picture of the QR code there, and then later you can download it and you can view it in your mobile or in your laptop. I'm starting with large language model. What is it? And I'm going to stress more on the capabilities for language learning. Large language model like ChatGPT, Gemini, and also Bings and other chatbots, they can understand, they can analyze, they can comprehend text, identifying different writing styles and so on. So they can understand and analyze, comprehend language, any language that they know. Like ChatGPT, they know like more than 50 languages and they can analyze that. They can also generate. They can generate format, poem, script, email, letters, helping you with your translation and so on. So they can generate text. Personalization for language learning. They can adapt and they can respond based on the prompt that you give to the machine. Yeah, so you can use this both for English and Arabic. Yeah, now I'm going to look at the two languages. One is ChatGPT. How many of you familiar with ChatGPT? Raise your hand. I can see you in the hall. How many of you? Yeah, how many of you familiar with Gemini or Bard? Because last month the name is Bard, now it's changing. Okay, not many. Now the two are different in nature. ChatGPT, they can mimic a conversation, create and engaging a dialogue. So if you want to practice having a dialogue, go to ChatGPT. Yeah, if you want deeper things, information, and you're going to talk about more things, it's better if you use Gemini because they can process image. You give image to ChatGPT, they cannot recognize image. But if you give an image to Gemini, then they can recognize image. They can analyze videos. They can analyze audio. Yeah, and they provide richer and deeper data. because it's belong to Google. It's under the management Google. So it's Gemini and Google working together. Yeah. So for brainstorming, you might need to go to ChatGPT. If you're looking for references, you want to know more about things, then you go to Gemini. Yeah. Now, what else? When we talk about creative writing or text generation, ChatGPT is very good and very quick in responding when you give a prompt. Write me a love letter. ChatGPT will do it very quickly. If you give the prompt to Gemini, that's a little bit different. They need character. If you just write me a love letter, Gemini will ask questions. Who are you going to write your love letter? Then you answer that. So there is a conversation. If ChatGPT just give the answer just one, Gemini will guide you. They ask specific things so that you will get the best answer. And also Gemini provide 3 options. ChatGPT only one. If you're not happy with the answer, then you have to write another prompt. Gemini provide you with 3 responses, then you have to choose one. If you're not happy, of course, then you can change the prompt. Okay, now answering questions. ChatGPT very limited, yeah, because they stop at certain point in learning. Gemini, it's learning up to now. It's still newer, but they got bigger data. They stimulate real life conversation. So you can practice Arabic or practice English with Gemini. You go to gemini.google.com. There is a microphone, then you click that so you can speak, and then there is a icon of speaker. You click that, then you'll got the answer. Yeah. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Limitation. Both they got limitation. Any chatbot will struggle to understand humor, sarcasm. They might misinterpret and misunderstand that because they don't understand the context. Yeah. And then another limitation, like the ability to empathize, to provide emotional support. So if you have problem emotionally, don't talk to those 2 machines. You will not get the answer. Yeah. Now, another limitation for us probably require a stable internet connection. When the internet connection is not stable, maybe will not function that well. Yeah. Keep that in mind. So you might get the wrong answer anyway because of the internet connection. Yeah. Next one can be biased. Very much depends on the data that they have. Maybe unfair. Maybe discriminatory interactions will happen. Yeah. That's we have to be aware about that. When it's trained in the North America, maybe will not recognize when you study about Arabic culture, for instance. Will be got limited resources to do that. That's why humans still need it. Excessive dependence on chatbots. That's not good as well. Then we have to have interaction with humans. After you interaction with chatbot, you need to talk to your lecturer. You need to talk to your friend. You need to talk human point of view of what you have just discussed with the machine. So if you discuss with the machine, you got result that you submit it for your assignment, that's not good at all. That's a machine language. That's opinion might be biased, might be a lot of things happening. It's a tools to help us think deeper. Again, my advice, after you talk to ChatGPT, you talk to Gemini, please talk to your lecturer, consult with your friend before you're finishing your work, whatever it is. Yeah. Now, general formula, talking to robot, talking to chatbots. RCT, probably S. You have to mention the roles, who you are, and the context to help the AI understand the context, and you give the task. You cannot just say, write me a love letter. You cannot say that. You have to see the role, who you are. I'm a 65 lecturer, English lecturer, and I'm going to say a birthday, that's the context. I'm going to say a birthday for my dad, that's now he is 100 years old, and I want to write a love letter. Yeah, so the love letter will be very specific. Okay, role, context, and task. Now, if you put these roles, let's have a look at that. Yeah, I'm an Arabic lecturer and planning to teach presentation skill for undergraduate students. That's my role. Context, the level of Arabic is advanced. I will have 14 meetings. The students are expected to be able to present their ideas in Arabic. Can you give me ideas for each meeting? Okay. I'm going to show you what's the result of ChatGPT and also Gemini. Yeah. So I copy this and then I go to ChatGPT. I put it there. Then let's see what's the answer. Hopefully I got a good connection. Oh, probably not. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Because this is with, I have to be patient because this is with Zoom at the same time. Yeah. Okay, and then I got this. Meeting 1, meeting 2, meeting 3, and so on and so on. And I'm not happy. I want, can you translate into Arabic? Sorry. Let's see what will happen. So this become a partner when you're doing your task. It's become a partner when you learn something. Go to ChatGPT, very chatty, but do not rely on ChatGPT that much for references. They will give you the wrong reference. Yeah, because this model is based on human language, just human language, not necessarily looking for data. Yeah, it's good for conversation. I asked them to translate that into Arabic. Let's see. Then I cannot read right now. Yeah. Okay, so they speak Arabic as well. That's when I give it to ChatGPT. Now, I have Gemini open here. Okay, then I give the same prompt. Let's see what happened. Okay, week 1, week 3, foundation skills, week 4, week 7, structure delivery, and so on and so on, 8 to 11, 12 to 14, and got additional tips. Yeah, pretty complete. Yeah, it's not in a conversation mode, of course. It's very different with ChatGPT, so you have to compare that. Now, if you click show draft here, then they give you draft number 1, and this is draft number 2, and this is draft number 3. Yeah, so that's an example of RCT or RCTS. Okay, so when you talk to chatbot, any chatbots, use that formula. That's the basic formula to have a communication with chatbots. Okay, now let's move on a little bit. Now I'm going to show you that Gemini is very good in analyzing image, analyzing docs, document in your Google Drive, and I want to ask later Gemini to draw a dancing tiger. this three cannot be done by ChatGPT. You have to use the paid one, the Pro ChatGPT, then you can do this. But for Gemini, this is free. Now let's start with image. For example, if I open this image, then for example, I'll go for this image. Let's see. Oh, no, this one. Okay, so I upload an image. Then I can write, for example, describe this in a good paragraph. Okay, so click that because I got an image of a process. Then I want to write that into paragraph. Let's see what happened. I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, so I got some answer. What is this about? What is this image about? If I have a chart or if I have something, then will help me to understand the charts better. Yeah. Okay. So you can explore with images. Now, analyze document in Google Drive. Let's see. I have to start the new chat. Then I will say, can you read? Sorry, my file. And then I put the title, for example, module 2 in, module 2 in my Google Drive. Yeah. This is need a stable internet connection. If the internet connection is not stable, Gemini cannot read the Google. They can read your email. So if you want to answer email, then you can ask for help. If you want to summarize your document, you can do that. So the document module 2 is about technology integration in locally appropriate ways. This is the introduction. This is the challenges. This is the purpose. So it's summarizing the document that I have. The document is around 40 pages. Now I got the gist here. I can also say, can you write me, for example, 5 open questions for postgraduate English, for example, student. Okay, can you give me 5 open questions with the answer? Okay. So anything you put in your Google Drive, this machine can read it. Then you can ask anything, almost anything about the text that you ask the machine to read. For example, like this, then I got 5 questions. Okay. Then there is no answer for that. Then I can say again here, write me, for example, write me the answer. Then if I said, give me references, then I will get reference about the text. You know, give me some more cases, then they will give me a case and so on. So here, then I got another draft there, 3 drafts, which ones that I will take, okay? And then there is always here, remember, just suggestion, adapt them for your specific context because the machine doesn't understand your context, okay? That's the example of Gemini in use. Now, I will ask this to draw. Draw me, for example, dancing pizza. I'm changing the tiger into pizza. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it can draw. So if you're teaching, then you need a picture, and it's very difficult to find a picture in the Google, and maybe you can create one. One option is this. There are many other AI that can draw better, but Gemini is able to do this. So you can generate more. Okay, that's the two language model in a very short time. Then you need to explore later on and compare. But my advice, ChatGPT, it's good for talking, brainstorming. If you need to analyze, you need to go deeper, you need further, you need references, go to Gemini. Are they perfect? No. Yeah, they are not perfect, but it can help you to go to a better direction, yeah, more focused direction. Now, ChatGPT and Gemini, they have their own strength, like I showed you earlier. But now you can imagine if your students want to do a creative writing exercise, for example, ask to talk to ChatGPT. After got the general idea, then you go to Gemini for research, for references, for further things to do. Yeah. So if we combine these two for teaching or for learning, I think that will be better, will produce a lot of piece of writing that's a lot better. Again, creativity is still needed. Creativity and human, it's still needed. So after you talk to these two machines, my advice, talk to your friend, talk to your lecturer for a good context and inside context, because those two machines, they lack of context, especially context in Indonesia. Yeah. So questions then, the role of human teacher. My prediction, maybe I'm correct, maybe I'm wrong, but later if you teach next 5 years, 10 years, maybe you need to look at appropriate LLM application. Maybe the name is no longer ChatGPT and Gemini. Maybe there are others that will suddenly pop up. Yeah. So try to use it, curate that, understand that. Point number 2. You have to guide the student critically to evaluate the answer. Yeah, not just, okay, the answer is correct. Maybe it's not correct. ChatGPT is not always correct. It's a very talkative person. It's a language model, and they can do a lot of things. Any answer, anything, you ask anything, they always got the answer, but correct or not correct, then it's on your judgment. Yeah. Now, encourage responsible use of the language and technology, not just cut and paste, for instance. Yeah, not to cheat, for instance. You have to facilitate discussion. Is it culturally okay? Is it not okay? Is the context correct? And so on. Yeah. So the result of the two machine, of course, then we have to talk about that. Last one, but I think it's very important. The human teacher should provide human interaction and feedback. So after talking, getting the result from the two machine, then we have to look at that critically, discuss it in the class, interaction, human and human. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's my email, kumawangterjati@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can always contact me. I always answer email, by the way. If you have a Telegram in your mobile, you can join our Telegram group that we talk about technology. And right now, I'm discussing MOOC, massive online course, with teachers from remote areas and also from the cities. You go to bit.ly/Telegram ITEL. Then you will be in and chat with us. Thank you very much. Give it back to you, Mbak Aisyah. Thank you.
Okay, Please give applause to our speakers. Thank you for Professor Utami, for Dr. Gumawang, for the insightful knowledge, for the invaluable knowledge that you deliver to us. And it's really new for me as a lecturer. It's really new for me because I always using ChatGPT, and Gemini is it's a really advancement of ChatGPT. And RCTS, it's really helpful for me, Dr. Gumawang, because selama ini hanya buatkan saya materi tentang I don't know RCTS, so it's really helpful. Roles, contact, task, source, and I cannot. It's really remarkable of Gemini bisa provide each meeting. Okay. Okay, before we are going to question to answer session, let me highlight our speaker's conclusion. Okay, Professor Utami with the material entitled Pattern of Utilizing AI Support ELL Tools among Indonesian EFL Learners. Okay, jadi begini ya teman-teman mahasiswa, bahwasanya Profesor Utami ini telah conducting research in AI and involving 208 Indonesian EFL learners. Jadi Profesor Utami telah melakukan penelitian pada 208 mahasiswa Indonesia, pelajar Indonesia, dan dihasilkan kesimpulan bahwasanya ada beberapa AI yang sering digunakan, yang paling sering digunakan yaitu Grammarly and Google Translate. Oke. Profesor Utami juga menyampaikan bahwasanya lack of AI use ini adalah kita tidak bisa menspesifikkan bahwasanya Elsa Speak, misalnya Elsa Speak atau ChatGPT ini khusus spesifik untuk jenjang mana. Itu adalah lack of AI, ya. If I can highlight it. Then for Dr. Gumawang, I think it's really helpful for you the last academic year in finishing your thesis, yeah. In finishing your thesis, you can utilize ChatGPT and Gemini, and you can adapt what Dr. Gumawang Jati apply to you, offers to you, that is RCTS. Jadi kamu ketika menggunakan ChatGPT and Gemini akan menghasilkan hasil yang maksimal jika instruksi itu benar, jika instruksi kamu itu kreatif. Nah, Dr. Gumawang Jati offer metode yang namanya RCTS ini ya, roles, contact, tasks, and source. Okay. Okay, I think that's for the conclusion of Professor Utami and Dr. Gumawang Jati. Now we go to question and answer session. Question and answer session, I provide 4 questions, 2 questions from online audiences and 2 questions from offline audiences. Okay. Yes?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Prof. Utami and Prof. Jati. So my name is Etiani. I'm from PGRI Delta Sidoarjo University. My question is, now we talk about papers because I'm a postgraduate student. So in your opinion, Prof. Utami and Prof. Gunawan Jati, what is your opinion? What should be the policy of using this AI in writing papers, especially those that will be submitted to journals? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Etia. Okay, I will repeat of what Ma'am Etia asked. To whom the question is addressed to?
Both of speakers.
Oh, board of speaker. Okay, to Professor Utami and Dr. Gumawa. The question that Ma'am Etia asks is, what is your opinion about the policy of AI in writing papers, especially when we want to submit it into journal? Okay. What do you mean policy? Do you mean tips and trick or
Yeah, I think what's we should do for using this AI, so we can use this for text writing maybe or for reference.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I want to know what the experts' opinion.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's the question. Professor Utami, you can answer the question first.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Well, basically what we have been doing so far with the AI is that sometimes would like to consult, see how our language, suppose we have to, we already start our own writing, for the paper for publication, but sometimes after writing it, it's good for us to also consult to the AI tools in this case to see whether our language, our English sounds English or not, so the tool will be very helpful in for example, finding paraphrases or in summarizing. Yeah. So many things that we can so far see how the tools have helped us in producing more publishable pieces of work. And of course, we have to check and recheck. Yeah, that we have to make sure that similarity index and all the things will be things that we have to consider before submitting the works. But yes, we see many benefits that can be offered by the tools in this case, so that we can be more confident in writing, because we very much help with the use of language which is more natural, which sounds more English, and so on. And Pak Jati will be the most experienced one because he's the president of ITEL, Indonesian Technology English Language Learning. Monggo Pak Jati. But Ibu, definitely we find a lot of benefits of using AI and checking our works before it's submitted to a journal.
Okay, thank you, Bu Tami. I try to answer that. Gini, ChatGPT, Gemini, Bing, and other chatbots, ada banyak. They are tools to consult, tools to talk to. They will not do your work. The idea always coming from the researchers, because those robots will answer questions only. They cannot think. They cannot take initiative. If the question is wrong, the answer is wrong. If the question is garbage in, garbage out. Gitu ya. Jadi prinsip itu perlu hati-hati. Nanti jangan orang pikir robotnya ikut mikir, enggak. Ya. So the quality of the result when I'm talking to robot and you talking to robot, the result will be different because I will ask different questions. Yeah. So prompting, asking questions, that's very important. Okay. So my advice, go to ChatGPT for ideas, brainstorming. After you do brainstorming, you can go to Gemini using the same prompt. And Gemini will give you a lot of suggestions. And then you will get lost. Too many suggestions. So you have to be focused. You have to know what you want. Kalau masih, aku mau research tapi belum tahu mau apa, jangan ngobrol sama robot. Ngobrol sama pembimbing, ngobrol sama teman. Robotnya nanti kemana-mana, you'll get lost. You have to know what you want, then you talk to the stool robot. After you talk to the stool robot, you can go to researchrabbit.com. That's another AI. Research Rabbit will help you to find articles. Researchku itu filling the gap enggak ya? Sudah dilakukan sama banyak orang belum ya? And so on, you can use researchrabbit.com. That's to help you in finding sources and so on. And posisi paper kita kira-kira akan di mana gitu. Ya. After that, then you got the idea, then you start drafting your paper. That come Grammarly, that's another AI. You go to Quillbot, that's another AI. You have to talk a lot to the AI. After you talk to Quillbot and Grammarly, you get lost, then you come back to Gemini again, and then you got, oh yeah, I need more ideas. You go to ChatGPT again. So you have a lot of friends to talk about, but you have to know what you want. The robot will not give initiative. Tapi kalau kita ngobrol sama pembimbing, pembimbingnya ngasih inisiatif. Pembimbingnya ngasih ide. AI will not give you ideas. Okay? They will not take initiative. They will help you if you ask for. Jadi harus tahu apa yang dimau. Kalau belum tahu apa yang dimau, ya you will get lost anyway. I think that's my advice. If you have a further question regarding to your research whatsoever, email me. Hopefully I can help you. Thank you. Back to you, Mbak Aisyah.
Thank you, Dr. Gumawang and Professor Utami. Does it answer your question? Okay, thank you. And the second question, online audience, maybe? The online audience?
There is one from Ibu Vivi Sofia.
Mbak Vivi Sofia.
The online audience.
Yeah, Mbak Vivi Sofia, maybe you can open your microphone.
Okay, thank you, Professor Jati, for the chance. I really interested in your explanation about ChatGPT, that ChatGPT is not always correct. I do agree with that. And looking at concept, if I use an appropriate prompt, like you told me before, that we have role, context, and task, still ChatGPT cannot give us the appropriate text. I mean, it is not culturally appropriate, because in my case, when I give the prompt, like you told me before, it is a role, it is the context, and also the task. The prompt produced by ChatGPT is appropriate. For example, in my case, when I ask ChatGPT to make a text for like speech, I use it in bahasa like this. Hai ChatGPT, saya adalah siswa kelas 6 SD. Saya akan membuat teks pidato perpisahan. Isinya ini, sampai saya sebutkan berterima kasih untuk kepala sekolahnya saya sebutkan. After that, ChatGPT give me the result. ChatGPT write a text for my speech, but when I read the text, it is still not culturally appropriate, because ChatGPT like this. Saya berdiri di hadapan kalian. Yeah, ChatGPT use kalian in terms of when we do speech in front of people in the formal situation, and that's why I think that ChatGPT is not culturally appropriate, and it is still need manual adjustment for the cultural context in the point of when ChatGPT give us the at Mr. Professor Jati. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Correction, I'm not a professor. Jadi saya bukan profesor, belum yang Profesor Prof. Utami. Saya jauh banget untuk jadi profesor. Okay, like I said earlier, ChatGPT, any ChatGPT, because that's a machine, yeah, they are always lack of context. They don't understand your context. They don't understand your culture. That's why context and culture should come from the teacher. Okay? Because it's very much depends on where they learn. ChatGPT learn in North America. They got the data mostly from North America. They will not understand Arabic culture. They will not understand Indonesian culture. They got ideas. Bahasanya dia tahu. Ide-ide globalnya dia tahu. Ya. And also, most of the data that they learn is in English. Ditanya pakai bahasa Indonesia, pakai bahasa Jawa, ya dia harus disesuaikan. Pasti dia nggak tahu unggah-ungguhnya orang Jawa, dia nggak ngerti. They don't learn that unless that we fit the AI with the local culture. Yeah, I hope that's answer your question, Ibu. Jadi the idea there, but culture and context itu selalu di tangan manusia. Di mana yang menggunakan naik motor di Amerika dengan naik motor di Kota Malang dan Gresik pasti berbeda. Motornya sama, mereknya Yamaha, gitu kan? Tapi culturally dan cara menggunakan beda banget, ya. Itu analogi yang simple. Ya, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Dr. Gumawang. Does it answer your question, ma'am? I'm sorry, I don't know how
yes, thank
to
you.
ask the question because
Mbak Vivi.
the screen is not appeared. Okay, next question. We still have 2 questions. We still provide 2 questions for the online audience. For the online audience and offline audience, you may ask to Professor Utami and Dr. Gumawang. Online audience.
Yeah, online audience, Arjulayana. Sorry if I pronounce your name not correctly. Silakan, Ibu.
Thank you, Pak Jati, Pak Gumawang Jati. Actually, I always follow your Facebook before. Well, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, especially for Pak Gumawang Jati and Bu Utami Widiati as speakers today, and then all the committee and all the participants. I am Anna, so actually my full name is Abdulayana, but you can call me Anna. Well, it was very interesting material for today's event, and then I just would like to ask your opinion about technology era right now for our creativity and also related to our enthusiastic in this digital age, actually. So far, when we try to use some kind of application or a ChatGPT and etc., and then I see that my students becomes not really creative. Then when I give them task, for example, and then I try to check through my Turnitin, and it was almost 75% they just copy paste from the internet or any kinds of application or artificial intelligence. So my question is for Bu Utami and Pak Gumawang Jati, how do we could be able to decrease this kind of not creative activity for our students? Even actually I'm teaching speaking so far, but I try to give some kind of topics or theme, and then they could be able to practice this theme and then find out the content. Then before presenting orally, I require them to be able to write the text first to make sure that actually they have a good understanding on the text when they could be able to promote this kind of material. So it is the first question. And then the second question, do you have any suggestion? what application could we use for teaching speaking skill? So I think that's all. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Prof. Utami, maybe you first, then come second.
I think Pak Jati has mentioned quite a lot in terms of creativity, in terms of critical thinking. Yeah. So basically, as Ibu Anna has admitted that the students' lack of creativity, and many of them produce products or works which have high degree of similarity in terms of content, yeah, message. Yeah. So I think our challenges lie in how we can then help our learners create the most effective prompts possible. Yeah. So perhaps modeling how to give the the tasks. Yeah. That's why the guide that Pak Jati has given us, yeah. So provide the RRCTS, yeah. So you have to help them. It's a kind of modeling, yeah. Give the students a model of how the results of the machine will be different if you create different prompts. Yeah. So Ibu being more skillful in providing prompts will be the ones that our students need in this case. So the roles, yeah, providing the roles and then the context and then the task, and the task will be related to the prompts. I think that's it. Yeah. So talk to your lecturers, talk to your teachers will be something that is needed. Okay, Pak Jati, to you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Anna. In campus, I believe that the lecturer right now start moving beyond content. Maksudnya beyond content gini, ayo bikin lesson plan untuk ngajar speaking. Then you talk to GPT, you got the lesson plan. So the lecturer should ask more questions. Ini lesson plan-nya kalau di kelas SD mana itu di Gresik itu jalan nggak ya? Harus dimodifikasi apa ya? Apa yang harus diterangkan dulu? And so on, and so on, and so on. So if ulangannya atau ujiannya hanya based on a piece of content saja, then you can get from anywhere. Gitu. Ya, that's one thing. Now, you practice speaking. Saya izin share screen sebentar saja to answer this. Hopefully that will give you ideas. Ya. Then I have to share my screen. Okay. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Share screen, share sound, and then I have to share. Okay. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Oh, I should click allow. Sorry. Hi, how are you today? Hello. How are you today? Hi, how are you? So if you put this, then you can get the answer. Hi, and so on, and then you can put it inside the class. Now I'm going to give the prompt. I am a student and I want to talk about sport. I want you to ask me a lot of questions to keep the conversation going. Yeah. Then if you show this to your student to discuss, okay, what are your favorite sport to play? Have you ever been participated, and so on and so on. So you got here, sounds great. I'm always happy to discuss sport. Then you got some answer here. If you're not happy with that, go to the second one. What are your favorite sport? that you participate. Then you ask the class, tayangkan pakai LCD, ini ada di sana, then you answer, ayo jawabannya apa ini kira-kira. Yang nomor 2, siapa mau jawab? Dan seterusnya, dan seterusnya. Ya. Kalau pengen dengerin, klik di sini.
That sounds great. I'm excited to learn more about your perspective on sports. To get us started, could you tell me? 1. What are some of your favorite sports to watch or participate in? 2. Is there a particular sport you excel at or enjoy learning more about? 3. Have you ever had any memorable experiences related to sports, either as a player, spectator, or volunteer? 4. What are your thoughts on the role of sports in society? Do you think they have a positive?
Okay. My favorite sport is football. English football, not American football. So if you bring these machines, connect to the internet with a large screen, then you can discuss that, and then from the robot to generate discussion. Kayaknya lebih hidup daripada membawa flashcard dan seterusnya dan seterusnya. A lot of unexpected questions will pop up, and hopefully that will be a good activity. Tapi pesan saya, sebelumnya kalimatnya dikenalkan dulu. Kita mau ngobrol sport ya, sport itu macam-macam dan seterusnya, and then you practice with the robot. I think that's another alternative activities. Okay, back to you, Mbak Aisyah.
Okay, Ma'am Anna. Ma'am Anna, does it answer your question, Ma'am Anna?
Yes, thank you very much. It was very insightful answer. Thank you.
Louder. I'm sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Does it answer your question, Ma'am Anna?
Sure. Thank you very much for Pak Gumau Jati and Bu
Yeah.
Utami. It was very insightful answer. Thank you.
Oke. Ya, saya juga baru tahu ya kalau bisa digunakan untuk teaching speaking ya. Tapi mohon maaf ini saya tanya kepada Dr. Gumawang, ini Gemini-nya versi premium atau seperti apa, Prof?
Enggak, yang saya kenalkan semua gratis, yang premium enggak.
Oh, ya Allah.
Gratis.
Yes, okay.
Kalau yang ChatGPT mau seperti itu bisa, tapi bayar. Kalau yang Gemini ini karena punya Google, and I think it's prospective, pasti dia kaya banget, akan berkembang. It's still in process of developing. Bulan yang lalu namanya bukan Gemini, namanya Bar. Nanti mungkin Gemini dibeli orang lain, tambah data lagi, namanya ganti lagi, nggak tahu. Namanya Mas Jati, Om Jati, Prof Utami, kita nggak tahu. Just to show that the development of technology is crazy at the moment. The speed is very, very fast. Yeah.
Yes, okay, I see.
Another one, if you're interested in this, you can try Bing, Bing, that's belong to Microsoft. So Microsoft and Google at the moment, they have compete and always free. Yeah. The premium one is complicated, expensive, but the free one, it's good enough for teaching and learning.
Sangat inspiratif sekali, Dokter. Okay. Okay. One more question. One more question.
Kayaknya sudah
ya.
Sudah lelah ini.
Iya, oke kan, because this is lunch break time, Profesor.
Yes,
Oke.
belum sholat.
Oke, Profesor Dr. Gumawang. Oke, we give to Aisyah Lubaba.
Okay, thank you very much for Professor Utami Widiati, MA PhD, and also Dr. Gumawang Jati, MA. Okay, so thank you very much for all of the participants that give your time to listen to both of the speakers. So as this insightful conference comes to a close, please allow me to take a moment to express our profound gratitude to our esteemed speakers. Your knowledge have been really motivating, opening our eyes and sparking invaluable discussions Thank you very much, Professor Utami and Dr. Gumawang Jati, for the insightful knowledge that you have been given to us. And then your expertise has not only enriched our understanding, but also inspired us to learn deeper into the realm of beyond boundaries, innovations in English and Arabic language teaching for the future. Thank you. That's all from us. I close the agenda. I am as moderator Aisyah Baba, and along with Mrs. Rahmanawati Ahadia, we thank you very much to all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih Pak Jati.
Thank you, Professor Utami and
Ya,
Dr. Gumawang Jati.
Thank you, Prof. Utami.
ya.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
You can leave.
Leaving ya.
Thank you, Prof.
Ya.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Professor Utami. Okay. Okay, this is the end of our conference.
Ada satu
Thank
lagi.
you for your nice attention. Thank you for your participation. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi
Saya
wabarakatuh.
umumkan juga bagi mahasiswa yang